Dear all, welcome to this new tutorial on Audacity, a free and open source multi-track audio editor for Windows, Mac, and Linux that supports 16, 24, and 32-bit audio with outstanding editing tools and effects. You can download Audacity for free from the official website you find in the video description below. When you open Audacity, it automatically looks for plugins including VST, VST3, Nyquist, and much more, and then shows its main interface. On top, you get the player and the main buttons. At the bottom, the timeline in seconds with a completely empty project. You can also customize the interface and its colors by going to Edit, Preferences, Interface, and selecting the theme. When starting from a new project, set the sample rate from the bottom left corner of the screen and import audio files including FLAC, MP3, and WAV by dragging and dropping them into the timeline. These are shown as independent clips, complete with audio waveform in time and collected within rows called audio tracks. If these tracks are too big, you can adjust their height by dragging their borders. To navigate through the timeline, you can hold the Control key and use your mouse wheel to zoom around the cursor. Alternatively, you can click on Fit Project to Width to fit the zoom to the entire project. To play back audio, you can use the player buttons at the top of the interface. You can also use the spacebar key to play and stop, or the P key to pause and resume playback. The playback starts from where the black cursor is and follows the green one on the timeline in seconds, with the position shown by the time display at the bottom. Right-click on it to change format. You can also click on any point on the timeline to play your audio from that specific point. Take a look at the volume meter at the top right corner of the interface to check and regulate the master volume. Click and drag on the timeline to create a loop region to play continuously. You can then enable or disable the loop by clicking on the Loop On/Off button next to the player. Let's see how to record audio. Check your audio source from Audio Setup Recording Device and create a new track by right-clicking on a vacant space. Click anywhere on the track to drop the black marker as starting point, then click on the Record button or press the R key at the top of the interface. Make sure to check the second volume meter in the top right corner to monitor the volume from the microphone. Finally, use the Stop button to end the recording. Now let's see how to edit audio clips with the Selection tool. To select a clip entirely, click on its file name above. You can click and drag the clip from this point to move it in time or to another track. To undo any changes you've made, just press Ctrl or Command and Z. You can trim a clip by clicking and dragging from the top, cutting out part of its content. To split a clip into two parts, drop the black marker properly and use Ctrl and I. To cut, copy, or paste a selected clip, use Ctrl or Command and X, C, and V respectively. You can also delete the clip with the backspace key. If you want to select a part of the clip, you can either click and drag within it or click and drag on the left or right from the black cursor. This way, if you cut the clip, only the selection is affected. You can also use Silence Audio Selection option to mute the selected part. On the left side, you get several options to manage each audio track. You can click on the arrow to hide or show each track. Use the mute button to silence the track and all of its clips, and the solo button to play it solo by muting all the other tracks. To adjust the track volume, use the minus/plus slider. You can also balance the stereo channels with the LR slider. Click on the track name to switch between the audio waveform and the spectrogram view. The spectrogram shows the power spectrum in time across the audio frequency spectrum. Audacity includes outstanding audio effects you can apply to tracks and clips. The new real-time effects allow you to apply live effects to any track while the audio is playing. To add these, go to the Effects button on the left and then to Add Effects. This shows a list of all the plugins that are currently installed and available. If you miss any effect, simply go to Get More Effects to download and install plugins for free from the official Audacity website. For example, you can download Muse FX and install its effects for Audacity. As you reload Audacity, these new effects appear on the list ready to be used. Click on the effect name to open its properties and adjust the effect live. Use the I/O button to turn the effect on and off, and click and drag the effect in the list to change its order in the chain. To remove the effect, click on the right arrow and select No Effect. Besides the live effects, Audacity supports the classic Nyquist effects, which can be applied to selected audio clips. Select any clip and open the Effects tab to choose the effect to add, such as Change Speed. This opens the interface to edit and apply the effect, which is only possible when you stop the playback. You may also need to undo to remove the effect and come back to the original audio clip. If you need more Nyquist effects, you can download them from the Audacity website. These are NY files that can be edited with any text editor. To install the effect, simply copy and paste it into the Plugins folder of Audacity. Make sure to check if it is enabled by going to Effect Plugin Manager, using Rescan to update the plugins list. Besides the selection tool, you have two additional tools you can use to make advanced editing on clips. The Envelope tool allows you to create audio fades with several nodes called control points. The external point sets the start of the fade by affecting the waveform gain, while the internal point fixes the end of the fade by editing the waveform shape. You can add more points to customize the fade as you like. If the waveform goes beyond the vertical zoom, simply right-click on the left side to zoom out. With the Draw tool, you can manually edit the audio waveform to remove clicks, spikes, and pops. You may need to zoom in a lot until you see the single samples. Then click and drag to shape the waveform. Hold down the Control key to move one sample per time, and the Alt key to smooth the waveform. When working with MIDI, Audacity has limited features, being an audio editor and not a DAW. You can import MIDI files and manage them as audio clips. Getting sound from Preferences, MIDI Devices, Device. You may not be able to connect MIDI keyboards or change notes or velocity, so you may consider to edit the MIDI file with another software before importing it into Audacity. To save your project, go to File, Save Project As. This will be saved in a AUP file format. When you're ready to export your work, go to File and select Export to export your entire project in MP3, WAV, or other formats. If you want to export a specific part of the project, select it and go to Export Selected Audio. You can also share your work online by going to Share Audio. This uploads your work on audio.com, a free online service that collaborates with Audacity, allowing you to easily share your work with other people. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and visit our official website to learn more tips and tricks on audio production.